what up? What up?
Back for some more Discord discussions. Guys, I was like, do we want to hop on and do another episode? I was like, nah, let me let it marinate. Let me let some stuff happen. So we've had a few things. We've had the Met Gala. What else have we had? We done had a incident on TikTok. We had a couple of incidents on TikTok that I'm gonna talk about later on. Apparently, we have a pope that's technically from America.
Word.
Kanye West dropped.
Well, I guess it's no long. I heard through the grapevine, aka Twitter, that he stopped dropping music under Kanye West. So his Kanye West music is pretty much like it's Donda, then it's just Ye after that point. So if you're a Coping fan like me, just know it's Ye now. It's no longer West. West died in a car crash. Ye took over.
West. Oh my gosh. And that's so true. They're like, but he made graduation. I don't want to, yeah.
Kanye made graduation. Yay. Somebody. It's not like he wasn't controversial even after Donda.
Yeah.
But whatever. Or before Donda.
Yes. And later, towards the end, TJ is going to give us a fabulous review of Tyler Perry's Duplicity.
I literally only watched this because she texted me randomly, hey, watch this. I have no idea that was Tyler Perry. I was like, all right, let me see what's up. I was like, Tyler Perry.
I was watching, for those of y'all that know Kenny JD, I was watching her commentary about the movie, and she was taking us through the movie, and I was so offended by the end of it that I was like, nah, I'm not going to be the only person that suffers here. And so I want a thank you in the comments. I would like a thank you in the comments for giving y'all probably one of the best make TJ mad speed runs that y'all are gonna get. So
well, this is one thing I gotta say before we even get to my opinion on the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking at the casting and why? Because the main person in that movie is Kat Graham. Why does she look white as possible in her Google profile pic? But then when I look at her other images, it's like her blackness is increasing like it's Kyle Ken. Like, I don't understand like why her first photo looked like she is like 80% white or 70% white.
For the crowd that is confused, TJ is very detail oriented.
So I'm just like, why is her melanin increasing by the picture? Like, it's so interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe that's the Tyler Perry effect. Anyway, we can go what you're saying.
But yes, so I want to start by going ahead and getting the Met Gala out the way. I don't feel like TJ is as much of a fashion. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
I be looking. I saw Megan hit old girl in the eye by accident when she turned to
Angel
left.
Reese?
Yeah, Angel Reese. Well. I be seeing things on TikTok. Before I say anything aggressive, I just be seeing her say certain things I don't appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but
okay.
As a black man, she was one of the leading proprietors of what's that one thing that was going on TikTok? Like, oh man, when a white man beats with a black woman, they love them, and she like started reposting shit and everything. I'm just like, damn, another one. But what can you do? But I just saw a lot of comments on a lot of the fits wasn't on theme. I saw 3 Stacks carrying a giant ass piano on his back. Like, what are you, Goku? Are you training? Like, yeah. I don't. So what was the theme?
I wanted him to really like, I don't know, give us like an extravagant outfit. We literally know Andre 3000 for being an extravagant dresser. Like, he always had some type of different kind of fit on, and we just accepted it because he was Andre 3000. He's creative, stylish, gonna put that shit on. You might not be able to wear that, but he could. So
I'm looking at some of these fits. Why someone look like a magical dark magician? Like, what's up with this white suit with a cape?
You ahead of me, friend. We gonna get to all
I'm sorry.
of that.
I'm just looking. I'm looking on Google.
I want to get into first, before we get into what any expectations of what the fit should be, right? I feel like one of the biggest things for the Met Gala is understanding the theme, right? Before we go into it, we all got the same 24 hours, kind of technically. I get people are famous, I get people got responsibilities, but if you're gonna participate in the Met Gala, and I feel like a lot of money goes into the Met Gala. Am I tripping? Am I incorrect? Okay, so if we're gonna be spending a lot of money on it, then we should be, paying attention to, what the theme is and honoring that theme. And it was kind of like a common type of consensus that people felt that maybe because it was Black dandyism that was the theme, maybe why people were homophobia. It's like you're trying to make everything he might be DL if he does this. He might be DL, and it's like y'all make it so uncomfortable to be a straight man. Like y'all keep putting all these stipulations that they can't do this or I'm gonna judge you. You can't do that or I'm gonna judge you. Oh my gosh, is he expressing his feelings? Okay.
And it's high key predator. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like it's just and it's too much. But go ahead, TJ.
I was just saying it's high key predatory because you kind of force people to interact with you because if they don't interact with you the way you want to, well, I'm gonna make this whole thing about you being gay and fucking up their dating experiences and stuff because I saw a popular video of you being down low and I don't fuck with that. Like,
and how women and it's homophobia and how they are because a lot of times they'll disguise and mask. Oh well, we just want to know the truth, and it's really homophobia. Like it's like they want to latch on to anything. Oh my gosh, he might be getting it's honestly it's just too much. Now to be fair, on the side of the straight women, it's like when somebody is not themselves and they sit up here and lie to you and want to use you as a beard and take the best years of your life and have you in this fake ass mirrors that you don't know is fake. That's fucked up. Like they're and I'm not taking that from y'all at all. I'm not taking that from y'all at all. But I'm saying that I feel like the DL Whisperer is harmful because
the name is killing you.
I'm gonna keep repeating it because it's outlandish, and I need everybody to understand what I'm dealing with because I was taken by force down this damn rabbit hole.
I love how every time you say this nigga's full government online name, it's never DL, is the DL.
Mr. DL Whisperer. Thank you, Esquire. Now, I feel like it's harmful. It's not okay. Then on top of that, I'm not even done, TJ. Then on top of that, the man got freaking exposed for his prior name being the DL Loverboy. They said, this nigga rebranded, so he's getting exposed in the comments.
Oh man.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Shit.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm telling y'all, I was not ready to be dragged down this freaking rabbit hole. Then some of the gay creators that I follow, whom I love very much, are sitting here like, hey guys, we didn't want to say that we told you so. But here's a screenshot. So we were saying that something was a little bit weird about this dude. We've been saying something, and I'm like, I don't understand why y'all not listening to the men in the gay community when they're telling you that something seems off. But this ain't my area of expertise. So I
think it's just one of those situations where people unfortunately just kind of think everyone moves like a monolith, so they just kind of assume that since he's gay, I guess he speaks for gay people type thing.
And so, I don't know, bruh. I want for straight women to be able to prevent for certain things to happen to them. Yes, absolutely.
Just get to know a nigga though. Like, it's so stupid.
But it's tricky. It's tricky because you'll think that you are, and you'll think that you're trusting a person, and then they're doing something over it. So it's tough. But somebody did make a very good point. Another great gay creator made a very good point and said, hey guys, I know it feels like y'all are doing something that's helpful, but you got to think about it, that if you have access to this content about what DL men do and about how to tell, you don't think that the DL men are watching the video too? You don't think that they're going to stop doing the telltale signs?
Hide whatever y'all picking up.
Exactly. It needs to be talked about in private. Like these public ass videos, sharing information is not going to help y'all. It really needs to be talked about private groups that are not so, out there. But go ahead.
There's one thing I gotta say about this. I've been kind of joking and not really taking it too seriously, but I had to be 100% honest. This whole fear and I forgot the word I'm looking for, but I guess it kind of also leads to the phobia a little bit. At the end of the day, every time you interact with anyone, you're taking a risk. You don't know if your friends are crazy. You don't know if your family members doing something like, so this whole like need to like try to figure out if your partner's who they say they are, they're like, it just reeks of trust issues. You know what I mean? Like if they doing something you don't understand, you don't fully get, talk to them. And you feel like you can't trust them, break up with them. This need to find an outside source to validate your own fears and all these other things, I think is just pointless and low key immature. Like so, like say, if you're afraid of you're giving up your best life or your best years of your life to someone, and they're deep down, like at the end of the day, you're taking that risk regardless. Like there's people that thought they was straight, and then they figure out later that they're lesbian or they're gay, like with having a Jay-Z's mom, and they already had kids by that point. Like you never fully know. You just gotta understand you're taking a risk regardless. You're taking a risk when you go on an Uber. You don't know if you're dealing with a crazy Uber driver. Like so, at the end of the day, just talk to the person you're dealing with. I just don't get this whole subculture of trying to find out shit. Like even with the whole cheating stuff and everything, you feel like someone's cheating, and like again, at the end of the day, like it's full on them. Like it's shame on them if they trick you or whatever. It's only shame on you if you take them back or whatever. At the end of the day, I just think this whole subgenre is dumb. But I get it; it's going to be popular regardless. But like the whole down low shit, it just so much fear that
it feels like it's like it's not even, I can't even use the word covert homophobia. It's just like it always seems to tend to get to a homophobic place to me. And I just feel like we got to be careful with the whole because it's giving witch hunt is what it's giving.
Yeah.
And when we have to be careful about that, because once you continue to demonize men for being different in any capacity sexually, because sexuality is a spectrum. It is not black and white. Sometimes you may fall on the gray part of that spectrum. It just is what it is. And the sooner you deal with yourself, that's it. Like you'll be good. But go ahead.
No, there's one thing I wanted to say, and I hate doing the whole like with the roles reverse shit, but like I honestly, if women just realize how comforting realizing that if a dude found out that you're like bi or lesbian, that you don't have this like feeling that your entire character is going to be questioned. Why would a dude? That's the reason why you have all this like extra aggression or extra defense, because they know once you.
I was just getting to that.
Yeah, when you have that label onto you, it adds so much more extra shit that doesn't even need to be there. Where like, imagine if a dude's always questioning like if you're bisexual or you're lesbian or whatever, and it was like a problem, like it wasn't something to just joke at or laugh about. Like no, it's like this actual problem. Or it kind of reminds me even that Insecure episode when I remember I forgot she figured out that a guy she was talking to had a gay experience. He wasn't gay, but he had one, and she couldn't let that go, and she felt regret because the dude was a good dude and stuff. So it's just that's that homophobia. It's like men aren't allowed to like color outside the lines or be different than like this hyper masculine view that y'all have of them. It's like y'all hyper fixate way too much, and it's not everybody, of course, but it's like I'm noticing a lot of folks like y'all do all this hyper fixating, and y'all create these toxic environments that y'all don't want. Y'all create this hyper masculinity and all this type of shit that you guys don't want. When you do things like that, when you sit up here and just look for any reason for somebody to be gay. Now this creates, when somebody thinks they're at risk of being exposed of gay and things like that, it creates a risk of aggression or violence from the gay partner, and it creates a risk of that for the female, the actual female partner or person that they're in a relationship with or what have you. And right. I could pull a true crime court case right now of a lady getting killed because she found out that her husband was DL. So it's like we keeping a cycle going, and it's just not helping anybody. I didn't expect us to spend so much time on this. Well, it's because I actually want to take it semi-seriously.
Yes, and I'm glad. Thank you for your input. I definitely appreciate that. As a straight man, thank you for your input.
No problemo. You know a person who's a big proprietor of the phobias and all that shit, Tyler motherfucking Perry. But you know, it is what it is.
Ooh. So what did we talk about? I feel like we don't even need to get into Kanye West too much. I feel like what we said about him earlier was that's it, because he's cooked. Yeah. Kanye West has passed on to the great beyond. Yeah. He's gone. I want to show you the most jarring shit ever, and I apologize in advance for this. This is another TikTok video. You're gonna be like, what? I need everybody to watch this. I know I'm dragging everybody through the mud on like making y'all suffer with the things that I've seen against my freaking will. but I just need you to watch this experience that these ladies had. You can see everything, right?
Yeah, I can see.
These ladies were at TJ Maxx and thought they were gonna have a normal day.
Damn it.
Ain't even safe at the TJ Maxx.
Has half my name.
$4 was not worth $34, as if you could not afford it. And your assertion that it would not be a commodity you would wear upon your objectified body as a woman. So tell me, price your bodies in this TJ Maxx to me as you view items that you
price your bodies,
encapsulate yourself within, as you smell right now. They won't catch that on camera. They reek, and I regret asking them questions. They look like this.
Did she become the main character of their story? The fuck?
Any representation you'd like to give for yourselves?
I'm okay. Thank you.
You're okay? I'm good.
Bro!
She's standing in the background like an emoji.
The way she looked at with and I mean with disgust, with disdain, the way she was like,
contempt. Oh my god.
She was like, oh, and this is what they look. She turned the camera. She said, "This is what they look like." By the way, like, what? And
she literally became the vlogger. She grabbed her shit like with full confidence. Just grabbed her shit.
Is she having a psychotic freaking episode? Is she hallucinating? Like what? It was the way. It was the way the girl. No, right here. Boom. The way she's just sitting with her hand over her mouth, like, is she really, like, what is going on? I would have been looking around for cameras as though I was in a prank video, like, what?
Yeah. It luckily they didn't feel any fear from her because, you know, she's like a small little girl, but like still it's just, yeah. So her problem was that she didn't like the way they smelled, I guess.
No, she didn't like them. No, TJ, she didn't like them. She walked up on them and was like, "Oh, I heard you say that this item was $34 and that you can afford it, blah, 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 blah. Well, I want you guys to price your bodies in the whatever you're going to be wearing to put on yourself. I want you guys to go ahead and price your bodies." And then she got closer. She was like, "Oh, and they smell." Y'all won't get that on camera. Get this from the camera, but they reek, by the way. And then she gonna come back and say anything else.
Who smell?
She came back. She said, "Anything else?" I'm like, "What do you mean? You're trying to drag us and now you want to know if I have anything?" I don't have nothing else to say. What is going on? Like, that was so jarring. Like, that shit would have just gave me freaking whiplash. Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh. But I need you to experience that. That was so crazy because this lady starts like doing commentary on it. And I was like, but she was saying it was sounding so outlandish. I had to see it for myself. And now y'all have seen it. Let me get into TJ's favorite to end everything off. We're going to discuss Tyler Perry's Duplicity. But first, let's go ahead and watch the trailer.
911, what's your emergency?
In 1 minute of the movie.
I need the police. Someone is breaking into my neighbor's house.
She can't act for shit.
Police, put your hands up! Put your hands up! Guys! Guys!
From Tyler Perry.
My
The
best
nigga that
friend's
brought
husband
you
was killed
ignorancy.
by the people that are sworn to protect and serve.
I know how close you and Roger are. I'm sorry this happened.
Aggressive Drake.
How am I supposed to move on?
I'm not just your friend, I'm your lawyer, and they're gonna pay. I promise.
That ADR is crazy.
Marley, you don't know all the facts.
The facts are that he is dead and your officer killed him.
You may want to ask what he was doing in that alleyway.
Saying he looks suspicious.
This nigga got more screen time in the trailer than he does in the entire
Said that
movie.
your house called her and told her to call 911.
That's a lie.
I have to ask you, is there anything that I should know?
Are you saying there's a cover-up?
What I'm saying, what are the police hiding?
We're desperate. Please.
We thinking this was gonna be a whole different
I'm about to rip this movie to shreds.
I know it's coming. All right, that's enough. Okay, so I want to get into one comment that you said, right? That the dude that died was in the trailer more than he was in the freaking movie. And I noticed that too when Kenny was talking about it. I was like, well, who died? Which character was this? I couldn't even tell. I was like, which one is it?
what killed me is that, so let's get to the shits, right? So it's obvious Tyler Perry's continuing his streak of making movies within 3 business days, because it literally looked like this.
And he'd be bragging about it too, but go ahead.
Yeah, like you could definitely tell this movie was filmed in just a couple days. The pacing for this movie deserves like 40 speeding tickets. Like there was no such thing as like just a it was just no transition. It was just scene after scene after scene. There was so much like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not lore dumps, but like exposition dumps where like I just want to talk about the ending, because just out of nowhere, like, here's everything we planned. Hell, even how they set old dude up. They didn't even try to hide the girl's voice. It's the same fucking voice. You should call the police. It's old girl's voice. Y'all didn't try to give her with like you didn't leave that many options. And hell, even with the character, her name Marley, they kept on talking about my ex. This nigga didn't show up the entire film. My ex, like, stop making this boogeyman for this nigga never to show up. Like, oh yeah, he lied. He's such a liar, and I can't trust you.
For those that didn't understand what they saw, did you want to like break down what the movie is about?
Oh, okay, sure. So pretty much, right? This is I was calling this nigga Tyler Perry. This is Tyler Perry's attempt at social commentary, which was a fucking failure. So he was pretty much like trying to make a movie about how the assumptions in how nuanced police brutality can be if it's taken on face value. That's pretty much what he's trying to discuss. And it's about a woman named what's her name? Damn, her name. Okay, yeah, Fella. So Fella is having a hard time with her husband, aka Tyler Perry special. And right when they're like, trying to figure things out, which is Marley's trying to push it, he is gunned down by a police officer because he was jogging to an area, and a white woman, which is that old white woman who can't fucking act, she calls the police, and then so happenly this white officer whose name is Caleb, and Kevin, who's like a friend of the entire group, Kevin says that he has a gun, which is obviously a fucking cell phone, but the movie wants to make you think that, it was a pretty big cell phone. And this nigga had an iPhone Max, he was double cooked. And yeah, it's just pretty much about Marley trying to get revenge for her friend, Rodney, who's only in like 2% of the film. And then in Tyler Perry fashion, there's more than meets the eye, because this nigga is killed in like the first 15 minutes of the fucking film.
Transformer head ass. Go ahead.
And yeah, it's just so much shit that usually happens. The Tyler Perry special, he wants to make you think it's one thing, and then the real film happens in the last like 20 minutes, pretty much. But yeah, that's the best way I can describe this without having going to full contempt about it. But I want to kind of talk about the cinematography and everything, right? I would say this is one of his better shot films. But there you can definitely tell there's a lot of editing mistakes. Like I remember when Marley visits that house to figure out who made the cell phone call to the white lady. Mm-hmm. You remember that she parks on the side, but then when she walks away, she just starts walking across the street. I'm like, yeah, her car is to the left, right?
And let's pause right
across
there.
The street.
Let's pause right there. So when we make complaints about, hey, I know you feel like you're doing something like you're really hitting the goalpost by like saying, oh, I made this movie in 2 days. Baby, you might need to slow it down a little bit. That's why it takes a little bit for movies to be made. Maybe we should slow it down, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah, and one pro I would say the wig budget was definitely not bad this time around. Everyone's hair looks on point. There was a few circumstances with Marley, but at that point, that's just me being pedantic. Like her hair was fine. And I would say the acting was pretty good overall, except that white lady. That old white woman could not act to save her fucking life. She was struggling. I'm not racist. And yeah, it just the messaging of the film was just very surface level and honestly pathetic, really. Like you had this final speech where it's like, oh well, like I don't know, is Tyler Perry pro cops? Like what the fuck was that messaging?
Yes,
Like,
thank you. Like I feel like that's incredibly inappropriate. So we keep getting killed by police, and your response to that is to go ahead and make a movie that say, hey guys, maybe the cops aren't all bad. Maybe it's some Scooby-Doo villains that reveal themselves later on that are the true criminals.
Yeah.
What are we whining about, guys?
Maybe the cop who killed a black person also has a black girlfriend or dated a black girl in the past. And one thing I gotta say is I love how like Ron.
I don't give a fuck that he has no black girlfriend. Niggas are racist. People that are racist, they have minorities as partners all the time. That's why Tamara be getting so much smoke.
And I love how Rodney, who's the guy who got murdered, I love that he's so happily he's cheating on his black, almost damn near beige girl. Not beige. Whatever. He cheated on his wife with a white woman, and now he deserves to die. I guess. So yeah, and like I love how Ron Russo is like a canon event for these Tyler Perry movies.
Hold on. Because you did a good point, and I know I caught that late, but you made a good point. Tyler, what the fuck are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that is because your audience is probably going to be primarily black women that we're going to say that this character deserves to be shot because he's with white women? I kind of don't care about him dying now. You're right. Now listen to your message about how the cops aren't all bad and I'm not saying that cops are bad. I'm just saying like we have to be so delicate about conversations about police violence on black people. We have to be so delicate about that. And this just gave, I don't know if it's apologist or I don't know what this is.
You know what? I got some more shit. Again, if you're not really into the political stuff, it's fine. But literally seeing this picture kind of spikes some more debate in me. So you already have the optics of like Tyler's trying to defend a cop who killed a black person by saying like you shot him 2 times in the heart. You wasn't going to save him, but regardless, you made sure to finish that nigga off. Like you didn't shoot this nigga's kneecaps. You shot that nigga twice in the heart, but he's looked at with more. He's more humanized because he has a black wife. But then Rodney, he's dating a white woman and he gets killed. And then the woman who's playing her is a woman named Angela Halili. And I'm literally looking up a Google picture. She's praying with Trump, and it's like the optics just look crazy to me. You make a Tyler Perry is actually getting out of his will. It's still cheating. It's still marriage. And there's always something around that. But the white woman, there's a picture of her like praying with Trump and like apparently she's pro Trump and stuff. So it's just the optics look crazy.
What's her name? Oh, hell no.
Angela Halili. You just look up the cast. You just look up her you just look at her images. One of her images is literally just her like praying with Trump where he's holding a Bible or something. I have no idea who this woman is, but that's one of her first images.
I want this nice enough where y'all can see it because I can't believe this shit. What is happening here?
Yeah, scroll down a bit and you should see it somewhere around here. Yeah, right there.
Where is that?
Yeah, a little bit downward. You'll see his orange skin pretty soon. A little bit down. There you go. In a viral moment, by the way. This is not something that's like unknown.
So we verified the actress here. Boom. Actress is in Duplicity. Boom. Next thing I know, boom. Praise over Trump in viral.
So that is something. And she was look, scroll down some more. She was at the Trump rally giving speeches. No, like go to like the image that you're at, like to the right, and scroll down. And you should see like it right there.
Oh!
What are we doing, Tyler?
Oh, Tyler, I can't give you no direct views. You put up.
What are we doing?
Oh my gosh, and I be thinking like, guys, we're going too hard on Tyler Perry. Like, sometime maybe we could just ease it up a little bit. But like, I be feeling bad about giving him scathing reviews sometimes, but I'm like, hey, you gotta hear when we're saying that you like some stuff is coming out sloppy. A normal person shouldn't be able to say, oh my gosh, look at that ADR. Oh my gosh, because what TJ said earlier about the car not being on the right side of the freaking driveway or wherever it's at, that's a continuity error. Normal people shouldn't be calling out your mistakes to that degree. It shouldn't be that obvious.
Yeah, because it does not even take me a second viewing. But to be fair, I'm an editor, so I guess I kind of notice things a little bit faster. But with me pointing that out, I'm not saying that if your political views are different than mine, that you shouldn't have work or whatever. But you got to think about the bigger picture here. You're talking about police brutality, which is already a race, morality, and politically driven subject, and you're already kind of going against what most Black people feel. When it comes to police brutality, you're trying to humanize a police officer who feels bad about shooting a Black man twice in the heart and try to do. It's so fucking stupid. Like, let's give me a break, Tyler. This nigga didn't even shoot his legs, none. He shot him twice in the heart, and he's gonna give him a CPR on the chest. You dumbass. That ain't gonna do shit. Well, he had a bulletproof vest on. That nigga was cooked. How you gonna tell me? Oh well, Kevin's the one who stopped me. What the fuck? Like, again. Besides the bigger aspects I can go all day about, let's just talk about the story itself.
Hold on.
You didn't do a great job hiding the twist, right? Like, you obviously had the red herring with Tony, aka Evil Drake, aka Aggressive Drake. That, oh, you don't trust me. You don't trust me. Like, they just keep constantly trying to go into that don't trust me bag. And Kevin, this nigga is always in some outskirts of the movie. This nigga like, huh? I'm just drinking real quick. Let me check on Caleb to see if he's following the rules and everything. Like, yeah, cool, we get it. Like, and usually Ron Russo is always in these movies, but yeah, Kevin, he's obviously there. And like with Fella, oh my gosh, she was asleep while a nigga broke into her house, who obviously looks like Kevin. Or, oh, she obviously wasn't there, but her voice sounds just like the woman who called the white woman. Like, who else do we have here, right? Like, I'm sorry, I don't expect that. Then you just do this giant ass exposition dump at the end. We're like, I killed her for this reason, and I did this for this reason, when she so happily is like in the back of the car. Y'all didn't talk about none of this shit before. Y'all just so happen to talk about all this while she's in the vehicle. You could have got that exposition dump, and when she got the bigger, like she got the upper hand, and she told him to tell me the truth. They're not just gonna say that shit when she's in the back of the fucking vehicle. Also, I literally had to look up how lethal is a flare gun. This shit just one shot these niggas like it's a Discord sound. Like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know a flare gun was like a one-shot KO. Cause what fella went out like a sack of potatoes shot in the back.
Bro, they treated this shit like a rocket launcher in Resident Evil, bro.
What? I literally looked it up. It was like, a nigga got shot in the nose with a flare gun. Yeah, it burned his nose and shit, but a nigga wasn't just dead off getting shot in the shoulder or shot in the chest or shot in the back. These niggas had clothes on. I was like, what the fuck? How lethal is these flare guns? So, yeah, you kept on hyping up Marley's ex, and I got no flashbacks, because I thought he was going to have Rodney show up in flashbacks.
They wanted to yeah, he was telling, not showing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, oh, you're going to do a flashback, because, like, this actor just showed up to be slightly angry and then get shot. So, yeah, like, you know, it's just like I can laugh at this movie from like a storytelling and production standpoint, which Tyler Perry doesn't give a fuck about, right? He's going to use the same actors, which is, I don't feel like it's a bad thing, you know, make sure they're getting work, but you're not really doing that well with your storytelling. But it's just the bigger aspects about it. Like, it's the same reason I had a problem with Rebel Ridge and like its storytelling on like, oh, I'm here to save my black brother, but then by the end of the movie, I have not done any revenge, and my brother died at like 5 minutes into the movie, and now I'm saving a white girl. It's like, and with this movie, it's like, oh, this is about police brutality, how fucked up it is for black people. But by the end of the movie, oh, well, he did cheat on his wife with a white girl, and that's why his black wife killed him. And the hero of the story is actually the police officer who so happened to be also dating a black woman. And you literally have a whole scene saying like, oh, well, you thought that he wouldn't be with a black woman? You're so ignorant. And you literally have information in the film talking about how, oh yeah, he beat up a black person and he said he had said racial slurs, and you had to go out of your way to have his black wife say, "Oh, well, actually, he lied about those things." How the fuck is our MC supposed to know about that? Like, come on, bruh. Like, what? Like, you're going out your way to make this shit seem like it's a misunderstanding. It's misunderstandings. Like, even if this wasn't a movie, I'm sorry if you got lied about, but the optics look fucking crazy, regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even like they try to hint that Tony had a little bit of like moral ambiguity, because like they was telling him like, "Hey, Tony, keep your head in the game." And Tony's like, "Okay, man, I'm straight." For this nigga just to get shot with the fucking Omega flare gun, like nigga just went out and just boom, it's raps. So, yeah, just that weak ass speech at the end is just, hey man, Tyler Perry, just go back to Christian cheat movies, man. You don't need to do this social commentary shit ever again. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm more insulted. I'm more offended about this than anything else. I'm like, so I'm not supposed to care that this black man got killed because what? No. And then this damn Scooby Doo ass villain reveal it. Like, don't piss me off. Like, don't piss me off.
I did this for this, and you did that for that. You did this for. Oh wait, she's awake.
I can't even look at this bitch talk. I can't even do it.
Nigga, literally just let's break down our evil plan right here, right now.
Exactly. It gave Scooby Dooby Doo. It gave, and I would have gotten away with it too. Like.
Oh, that shit is hilarious. I still laugh at how he's the evil Drake.
Yeah, he is. He's the Drake that I actually beat somebody ass for real.
He's the Drake who won't sue.
Oh my gosh, I agree.
I thought he was gonna do the classic, like she's cheating on Tony with Rodney type thing, but then like I never saw the trailers, I didn't see the police brutality thing coming in. Also, the optics of you going to Trayvon Martin with the hoodie is fucking disgusting. To do the hoodie shit.
They named him Rodney. Rodney, like who? Rodney King, Tyler.
Yeah.
Like. Not even subtle. Like, please.
I would say this, like, if I had to get like my positives out, because I have a whole lot of negatives. I like the lighting. I think the lighting with a lot of characters from light skin to dark skin, I thought it was really well done. Like I said before, the hair was on point. I think all the actors looked on point, and I think the actors did the best they can with the script they was given. I actually think, even though it's pretty obvious that fella was like, a twist or something, I think she did a pretty great job pretending that she cared. And she's gorgeous, by the way. Like, again, like the dudes look great, the women look amazing. Again, the weakest point, because it's always usually like a couple of weak actors in these films. Literally the weakest one was the white woman who called the police. Like, she can't act. But everyone else did a pretty great job. Like how even the lawyer that Marley was going against, I think they had a pretty good back and forth here and there. And I even think Marley's supporting cast with her, like with Sam and the dude with who you can obviously tell that a fella was also flirting with at the news station. I think they all did pretty good for what they was given.
I definitely, yeah, most of them, yeah. Like I said, that lady that was calling the cops, she was taking me out of it, bro. You had the critical part of the movie. Did they just pluck you off the street? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, they should have switched her with the black neighbor, the black actress. She actually could act, and I think she would have been a lot better. But it wouldn't fit his theme of a white person calling. Like, I just like the theme is what's killing me. It's like you specifically picked white actors and white actresses to propel a narrative, to perpetuate something, instead of actually because they're the best thing for the job. Like, you pick certain races and certain themes because you're trying to perpetuate something. But this is the best movie in terms of hairstyle. Like, hell, even his haircut is fire. Like, because usually, some of the men don't give them fuck ass toupees or something crazy, or make their hair jet black. That shit gonna sweat off by the end of the day.
Right. Their hairline gonna be melted. Yup.
So, like, yeah, and also I don't buy them talking about, oh, that cell phone looked like a gun. Like, get the fuck out my fucking face. Like, I'm sorry I'm cussing so much. You're gonna have to bleep a lot of this out. But like, I don't get what he's trying to say. Like, oh, that's how he was trained. Again, I'm not a police officer, right? Like, you know, it is what it is there. But like, these cell phones are getting bigger. All right. Like, you got iPhone Maxes. So you're telling me just because I have a phone case, this phone case is nothing crazy. Like, for example, if we had a phone case that's shaped like a gun, like, you know, because they have those type of things, right? Then cool, you might have an argument. He just had a regular phone, right? So I don't get this type of logic he's trying to put in his film that like, oh, it's justified and that's how they're trained.
That was falling off for me. I'm just like, he freaking lost me. When we're trying to get to what this movie's really about, lost me.
And doesn't help either that with the well, I thought was the MC, but the wife fella, she's like talking about, you know what they said to me, why he didn't comply and all this stuff. All that shit just end up being fake, and she wanted him to die.
Exactly, but
you use all this black trauma just for a fucking twist. That's a problem that I also have at Rebel Ridge.
Exactly, like. You wanted to set it up, and you knew it's like, are you rage baiting us? Like, just to get your little corny plot twist off, their Scooby-Doo ass plot twist off. Like, what is happening?
I'm so glad I didn't see the trailer, because if I saw the trailer and I knew what was going to happen before I watched this film, I would have been even more pissed. But the fact that all that shit happened within like the first 15 minutes, I was kind of caught off guard. I was like, okay, Tyler, where are you taking me? And then just for me to know where it would just be the classic Tyler thing, like, oh, what you thought before? Nah, because you know what Tyler's going to do. Someone cheated, someone wants revenge, and so happily the people that are evil are probably dark-skinned. Right. That's just usually how it goes with Tyler. It just new coat of paint. Because I thought it was going to be like, oh, maybe she's cheating on her husband with this guy, Shannon, or something. But I guess that nigga was not so sharp. Haha.
Oh my god. So yeah, so y'all can watch the movie for yourselves and see how you feel about it. Maybe you feel different than what we feel about it, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's like when you make movies like this and you taking us on this ride and then we end up in a place that don't make no freaking sense. It's just like it breaks the viewer's trust and it makes less people watch the next thing you do. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Like, for me, I'm like, oh, so you're just gonna waste our freaking time. Like, it makes me feel like almost at this point, like I almost have to like protest, like not give you a direct view and just watch people commentate about it, because like now you're playing with things that are serious. Then you got somebody that's freaking praying over someone that's literally trying to defund PBS and take Elmo and them off the freaking street. Take Elmo and them off of the street. Elmo done been in place since we was kids. Like, you can't do this. Like, and he don't really even have no good reason other than, like, I don't even know, just being hateful.
And one thing I want to clarify, literally, I want to make sure it's 100% understood. I don't care if you have different political views, right? But when you get to a point where you're on the stage with some of these political people, you're co-signing certain ideologies, and I just feel like at some point you got to pick a side, right? Like, and you got to pick what you stand on. If you're on this whole, like, oh, like I'm going to join people that goes against certain things that like I believe in, but then when it so happen to go right back into like a black film with majority of black people.
Exactly. It's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face.
You know what I mean? Like, you're supporting someone
that's praying.
Go
ahead.
No, I just say you're supporting someone that goes against a lot of what black people want, or at least a good amount of us want.
It ain't even just that. It's everybody. Things that Trump does affects every freaking body. Every freaking body. Like him trying to deport folks. Him trying to remove people from this country simply for disagreeing with him and having a platform and disagreeing with him. Like, he's doing all types of things that are going over the line, things that are unconstitutional, and all types of stuff. Like, this is not, like I said before, and I hate to make this, political. It's like, at the end of the day, we do want to be able to say that you should be, as an adult, you should be able to have your own beliefs. Yes, I definitely do agree with what TJ is saying there. This election, I did not feel like was the same as the other ones. Like, there was a lot of stuff with Project 2025 that they was trying to do that we've been trying to tell folks, guys, this is not, we can't just play around with this one. And then now here we are, this man trying to get rid of the Department of Education and all this other type of stuff. And here we are. So in
when you
light
start-
of that, we can't even play like that. You can't even play like that, having somebody in here praying over somebody that's trying to do these things and dismantle and destroy things that we have spent years trying to bring to get to the progress that we needed. And now it's being dismantled. And you think you could play like that? Like, that's the part that's getting me. And now that I'm even more pissed about it, yeah, you won't be getting a direct view from me after you fucking tried me doing this shit. Because I know you know this person. I know you know what this person's been up to. So we're not even gonna sit up here and play like that. But go ahead, TJ.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's always been like this with, like, Trump has completely just manipulated and just destroyed the political landscape as a whole, because it went from
a joke, a circus.
Yeah, it went from like a battle of like just different ideologies to like literally just weaponizing ignorance, trauma, and empowering just that stuff. Like, when it gets to a point where you're labeling history as DEI and trying to remove people like Jackie Robinson from history because of some weird racist thing you got going on, it gets to a point where it's like, oh, well, don't make everything about it's more than just politics. It's about morality and how we look at each other as human beings. The reason why I even focus on the black part, because Tyler Perry, which he always likes to do, he likes to say, well, support me as a successful black man and giving black people business. Well, you're giving black people business while also giving a platform to people that don't want that black business to exist. And AKA, we'll call you just a DEI billionaire. Or they won't give you the credit that you deserve as just a person. They'll only give you that credit because you're a black man getting some type of help in some way, which is fucked up, but it's true. So it's just a lot of very confusing narrative, and it just adds on to another point how a lot of rich black people either lose the plot or they love to use these racial stereotypes or love to keep black people in their pocket to support them, while their own money and how they do business doesn't support the people that also fund them.
Yeah. So guys, that is it.
Yeah, this is after the original recording, but there's just more things I want to kind of give more clarification to, right? So throughout this entire film, there's so much emphasis on race. From Marley talking about who killed her friend to Fella talking about who killed her husband, right? And even before we got the twist that we learned later that Fella and everyone was a part of it, you don't need all this to be an important topic, Tyler. It feels like someone who's not in touch why the reason people are actually upset, and they think the only reason why people care, exclusively black people, is because it's a white cop doing it. And that's a false comparison and just completely a straw man that a lot of people like to use, because I don't care if the cop was black or any type of race. It's the fact that it's police brutality killing innocent black people. That's the point. You don't need the cop to be white, and to humanize the cop, if it was a setup, the cop doesn't need to be a white man who so happens to have a black wife. It could have been easily a black cop with a black wife, regardless of the situation. It's all about an innocent person being killed over optics instead of justice. And it's very frustrating that even throughout the entire film, they didn't mention that there's other ways to handle a situation. You don't need to be like, oh, they was trained to be that way. It could have been tasering. It could have been shooting the leg. Like I mentioned in the original recording, yeah, he pulled out a cell phone, but it's like, in what way does that equate to like what it looked like a gun? It doesn't even look like, even when they try to use the film, like the past film shot to make it look like it was, it doesn't really work for me. Like, the whole point of all this is that police was founded originally by the KKK, and the whole point of it doesn't have to be a white on black thing. We've seen even white people be gunned down by police brutality. Police brutality, regardless of race, is wrong if it's unjustified. I get it if you try to defend yourself, or sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You can't make the perfect move. But when you make a film like this, where you have so much emphasis on the cop's race, on who they're dating, and all these commentaries exclusively about their race, even adding extra sauce about, oh, they beat up someone in the army and his black wife is the one who's defending him and all this stuff. It's pretty clear of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to you try to accommodate your audience in their preconceived biases and notions, and it's very disappointing.
Yeah, I'm like, we didn't. It's like, at the end of the day, when you do something like this, you're not really saying shit. So why did you put us through all that? Why talk? Why bring like a topic like that if you're not really saying shit at the end of the day? What were we supposed to get from that, Tyler? What were we really supposed to get from that? Like, you know what I'm saying? That speech the speech made me more mad than anything. Like,
all that wasted time with fella talking about like the whites, just to figure out that she's the one who did it, which you can argue that it even adds more of a negative stereotypes on black people and just using race as a shield, and you don't know if it's really the truth. Like, there's just so much bad optics when you realize the character was not genuine with any of those commentary at all, which a lot of black people feel.
It's like you built up like a tower of like, okay, let's see where you're going with this, because you're bringing up some touchy topics. Then with her doing what she did, you just swipe the freaking tower of Jenga blocks and it's just on the ground. Like, so it's like, what do you want me to do with this? So now you've rage baited me. Now you've gotten me like upset. It's like, for what?
Yeah, F the Popo, F that white man. Then by the end of the film, it was all me. Like, so you just use all that as a shield, and now the message of the film is like, don't believe everything you see at first.
We had definitely a longer discussion today. There was plenty to go through. But yeah, let us know how you feel in the comments. How did you feel about the Met Gala? Did you feel like folks were on theme? How do you feel about some of the stuff going on social media and how bold people are getting lately? And then lastly, tell us how you feel about Tyler Perry's movie. Oh, Kanye's in there too. I guess you can let us know about how you feel about Kanye. But as far as Tyler Perry and the state of what he's putting out now, how do you guys feel about Mr. Perry? But yeah, y'all, other than that, be sure to like this, share this if you would like your friends to laugh at us freaking going a clean, smooth off on some of these topics. And yeah, be sure to subscribe if you're new, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.